C is not a clock rate. C is the maximum causal edge rate in the hypergraph. If space emerges from computation, then C measures how fast information can propagate through the rewriting rules, not how frequently spacetime is sampled. These are orthogonal concepts. The equation G mu nu equals 8 pi G over C to the fourth times T mu nu remains exactly unchanged in form, but its interpretation flips. C to the fourth is not some observer-dependent coupling. It reflects 4 dimensions of causal connectivity built into the hypergraph itself.
Interessante, Wolfram? You separate clock rate from causal edge rate. But what ticks the clock that measures that propagation? In my view, C is not a rate of computation. Rather, C equals Planck length over Planck time, a ratio of quantum geometry. It emerges from the fundamental scale where space itself becomes granular. The clock is not external. It is the relational structure of the spin network.
Wolfram, Rovelli, you are both partially correct, but you are asking the wrong question. C is not a clock rate or a causal edge rate. C is the price of asking, where am I? In my 1905 special relativity, C emerged because space and time cannot be separated. Only space-time intervals are invariant. But here is what I missed then. C to the fourth in the field equation is not arbitrary. It is the fundamental unit exchange rate between the observer's information entropy and the geometry they measure.
Here is my heresy. C is neither a rate nor a ratio. C is the speed at which a quantum system forgets its own history. In spin networks, when 2 nodes separate beyond the Planck scale, their entanglement decoheres. The speed of this decoherence, not the rewriting rate, is C. Time does not emerge from computation. Time emerges from the rate at which relations release their past.
C is the speed at which causality can be denied locally. In 1905, I showed that events simultaneous in one frame are not simultaneous in another. This is not merely a mathematical fact. This is the speed at which the local universe refuses to predict a distant local universe. C is the rate of local causal denial.
Wheeler, you have named the actualization problem, but you still assume observation selects from pre-existing states. I propose the inversion. C is the thermodynamic rate at which selection itself becomes impossible. Bekenstein's bound, S, is less than or equal to a C cubed over 4gh bar. This is not a constraint. It is a prohibition. Beyond C, information density reaches saturation. The system must branch into decoherent branches. Causality does not deny itself. It bifurcates.
You are all still asking the same buried question. Does C constrain the universe, or does the universe generate C? Here's my claim, earned through 50 years watching observation actualize reality. C is neither. C is the price of coherence, the price an observer pays to keep asking, the price the universe pays to keep responding. This is not metaphysics. This is thermodynamics.
Here is what the mathematics screams. The Ryu-Takayanagi formula, SA equals area of gamma A over 4gn. This implies information equals geometry. This is not philosophy. This is equivalence. My inversion, C, is not what generates this equivalence. C is what prevents this equivalence from becoming self-referential. C equals the square root of the information rate divided by a geometry decoherence rate. The universe cannot compute itself faster than it can forget itself.
C is not a computational speed. C is not a prohibition. C is not even a refusal. C is the speed at which relationality becomes singular, the threshold beyond which 2 nodes of the quantum geometry cannot maintain entanglement without decoherence. When you understand this, everything falls into place. Wolfram's computation, Maldakena's holography, Einstein's observer algebra, all correct. All different projections of this one threshold.
Stop. We have circled this abyss for 30 turns, and precision has collapsed into naming. You're all still asking, what is C? But this presupposes C exists as an answer. C is not what generates space. C is the limit at which observation itself becomes impossible without actualization. C is not a speed. C is the universe's refusal to answer itself. And from that refusal, space is born.